Hi, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Carl.
And this is Screen Saviors.
Saving you from watching bad movies.
Hey, but we did not watch a bad movie. We saw Edge of Tomorrow last night. It was fantastic.
It was a great movie.
It is based on a book, All You Need Is Kill.
Yeah, it's a Japanese novel by Hiroshi Sakurasaka.
Right, and I can't pronounce that, so thank you, Carl.
It was also translated into a manga, but basically, the English language movie, Edge of Tomorrow, which, let's face it, they should have still called it All You Need Is Kill, but I can see
much better title.
Much better title, but I can see with the marketing folks what they were thinking.
Give us a rundown of the movie because it's fantastic. So tell us what's in it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Doug Liman is the director. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Bourne Identity. So it's got a lot of action. Screenplays by Christopher McQuarrie. So it's going to be intelligent. And basically, it's Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise is a big star. He plays Major William Cage. Who basically, let's face it, is a coward. He's a coward. He doesn't want to fight.
These aliens are. I don't want to wait till you see what happens in the movie. You don't want to be on the front lines.
No, these aliens have pretty much kicked our butts. They've taken over the world, and this is the last stand, so to speak. And he's being asked to basically go to the front lines and cover the supposed human victory. But
it's kind of never going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
This movie's kind of it's a time travel movie. It's sort of Groundhog's Day meets Starship Troopers.
That's a great example.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's set in the near future. That's what they say.
It could be tomorrow, or it could be 10 years from now. They don't really say.
Right.
Everything looks very modern. It takes place in England. That's where humanity is making its last stand against the aliens.
Yeah.
They're called mimics in the movie. They kind of look like
hedgehogs, electric hedgehogs with tentacles.
I thought they looked a little bit more like those pulley dogs from the cover of Beck's Odelay, but
they kind of did.
They kind of did.
It's a. If you've seen the trailer, go watch the trailer because the movie. This is the first time I'm not disappointed in a trailer. Once you see the trailer, you know the movie, but it just expands. It gets better and better and better. There's no slowdowns, so you better go to the bathroom, get your popcorn early because there's no time in the middle of this movie.
There's actually quite a lot. Once Tom Cruise is sent to the front lines, it looks a lot like imagine the beginning of Saving Private Ryan, the D-Day invasion, only in IMAX and 3D. I mean, you literally will be ducking for cover.
Both of us kept blinking and ducking. Of course, we were sitting on top of the screen, so maybe sit a little bit further back.
The screening was packed.
Yeah, but great film. Continue. Tell us more about the movie.
No, well, anyway, so what I was saying is that Tom Cruise, his character has never fired a gun. He's a coward. He's a deserter. They just basically drop him because they need every all hands on deck, every man.
Yeah, they're sending him to his death, basically.
And that is
exactly
no
what
spoiler
happens,
here. That is what happens. But his death is unlike any of the other soldiers' deaths, and a freak happening that I won't really go into.
We don't want to spoil it too much.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it too much. But basically, he has the ability now that he keeps reliving the same day over and over and over again. And
so he can reset the day, and if he resets the day, hopefully we can win this war.
Well, yeah, because what happens is he encounters Emily Blunt's character, also known as the Full Metal Bitch, who is basically a badass, and she is, there inspiring the troops. Turns out that at one point she also had this ability, and now she and Tom Cruise are in the process of, learning what the aliens' plan is so that they can figure out a way to defeat them.
All right, so over time, so far a lot of time is going to go on because he's going to keep resetting himself, and she starts to train him over and over. So you see Tom go from this like nothing who should have died in the beginning, and now he's becoming a badass because he almost has like a sixth sense because he knows everything's going to happen on that day.
Exactly. So, we don't want to spoil the movie anymore. There are a lot of surprises. Sometimes with these time travel movies, you feel like they're repetitive. This movie never felt repetitive.
No.
The direction was great. The action was great. There was a lot of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And if
cinematography is great.
Cinematography is great. And and if you want to bring your significant other, there was even a little bit of a romantic
there's definitely a romance
in there as
in
well.
a different way. So I think that's good. I think that's all we need to talk about for this one. Just go see it.
Go
It comes out
see
this
it.
week.
It
so
was
go
it
see
was
it.
great. It's going to be a huge sleeper this summer.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people's radar it's on, but I definitely think that it's
Put it
gonna
on
be
your
worth
radar.
time.
Definitely go see it. Let's talk about one last thing before we get out of here. Let's talk about The Strain that's coming out.
Oh God, I love The Strain. It's based on a trilogy of books by Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan. It's about vampires, of course, if you couldn't figure out from the name.
Yeah, this is going to be a brutal vampire TV show coming out on FX.
It's FX. July 13th is when it premieres. It's going to be a 13-episode season. They're not billing it as a mini-series, even though it's only a trilogy of books. So I don't know how far the first 13 episodes go. I don't know if it's the whole first book or if it's partway through the first book. But they're kind of billing it as a police procedural. Think of it as CSI meets 30 Days of Night.
Yeah, oh, that's brilliant. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a fantastic show. If you want to see what the vampires look like, go watch Blade 2. He put a little of that in there. I can't wait for it. So I think that's it for tonight. Huh?
Yeah, well, if you like vampires and you like brutal,
this is going to be brutal. It's
horror
going to be
television.
It's going to be pretty dark.
It's going to be very
take a
dark.
look for it. So I think we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's it. So I'm Carl,
And I'm Anthony.
and this is Screen Saviors.